but we're going to discuss what the ECU's Police Department Halloween operations will be for Halloween this year, 2012, on Wednesday night. We'll have officers that will come in as early as 8 o'clock to get set up to assist with preparing for our Halloween and what we expect to be a big night. There'll be a lot of people out. The weather is going to cooperate in the fact that there won't be any rain. We will have some cold temperatures, but that typically does not derail Halloween patrons or revelers from going out. We'll have officers that will be spread out amongst the different areas in campus. We'll have parties that will be going on in Mendenhall Student Center and also the Student Rec Center, where we'll have officers posted. We'll have officers that will be posted near the Mendenhall bus stop, where our transit buses will be dropping off and picking up individuals as they come into the campus and downtown area. And then we'll have officers that will be spread out through the rest of campus in the classroom area and also up on College Hill and throughout the athletic complex. We'll have a total of 31 ECU officers that will be coming in that will be assisting off duty, and then we'll have 14 shift officers that will be working, so it'll be a total of 45 ECU officers, and we'll run a instant command system through the NIMS setup, and we'll have officers broke down in each of those sections. We'll also have 4 ECU officers that will be assisting the Greenville Police Department in the downtown area with their operations. ECU and Greenville Police Department work well together, and they assist us. When we can return the favor and assist them, then we try to do that as much as possible. Some of the areas where we've seen problems in the past, obviously, is alcohol and the amount of consumption that people take in of alcohol during the Halloween holiday. Also, we see some controlled substance related violations, and then more violent crimes that we would see some type of increase in for a Wednesday night, maybe fights or assaults that will break out. And then from time to time we'll also have a sexual assault that may be reported. So it's important that for our students, when they celebrate Halloween, that they do it responsibly, that they're aware of the amount of alcohol that they're consuming over the age of 21, because we will enforce all alcohol violations that we come in contact with. It's important that our students don't put themselves in a situation where they don't want to be in. And if they have consumed too much alcohol or a controlled substance that's going to impair their judgment, then that would put them in a situation where they may not be able to find an out. So it's important that they're responsible where that is concerned. We will patrol through campus in patrol cars, on foot, on bicycle, and by use of ATVs. So we will try to cover as much of campus as we can and respond to calls for service as quick as we can. There's no weapons of any kind that are allowed on campus. Anything that can be used as a weapon, even as a prop for a Halloween costume, is not allowed. It's not going to get into the downtown area. You're not going to be able to bring it into Mendenhall or the rec center for any of your, you won't be able to bring in any weapons into the rec center or Mendenhall as a prop for your costume. So it's best that people just leave their weapons or what could be used as a weapon at home in their dorms. Transit's not going to allow that on their buses, so we will have transit that'll be running, and transit will start running at 10:30 on Wednesday night, and it will run until 2:45 Thursday morning. 2:45 will be the last run. So hopefully by 3 o'clock we would have closed down our Halloween operations, and everyone would be ready and prepared to go home.
And that's ECU transit?
That's ECU transit, yes ma'am. And they'll be running the same routes that they run for the Pirate Express that runs on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, that covers not just campus but also a lot of the apartment complexes where we have students that stay. and they will be running a total of 18 buses. And they'll be picking up and dropping off at Mendenhall Student Center's bus stop. And we also will be rolling out some new equipment that we have purchased. We had hoped to use it this past Saturday at the football game, but because of the weather, we opted to push it off until Halloween night. We have some video equipment that our officers will be using. You have different ways that you can wear the equipment. You can use sunglasses where it's mounted. We also have clear lenses where you can use during the evening hours. And then we also have some mounts where you can wear around your neck. It is a wire system where you plug it into a battery, and it will help us in documenting our interactions that we have when we deal with the public. And we're excited to be able to start using these Halloween night. We'll also use them for football games and other special events.
What are those things called that are on your neck?
It's just a different mount that you have. You have a mount where you can wear it around your neck, and then you have the mount where you can wear glasses on the inside. Then there's several other different mounts where you can wear it on a hat and brim, or can wear it up on your epaulet. So
You'll have those too?
yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. So we'll have 4 of these that we'll start using tomorrow night, and then for other events as we move forward.
Is that to interact, to document interactions with people? Because I think back to when the West Virginia event a few years ago where they said excessive force was going on. Is this like your way of being able to say, hey, here's our angle and what was happening to us and why we...
Anytime that officers interact or deal with the public, and it can be a one-on-one interaction, or it can be where there's officers that are working where there's a large crowd, where it would be helpful to document what happened, what actions were taken, and to substantiate why those actions were taken. We use technology in a lot of things that we do. We have camera equipment that we use around campus, around our facilities where we have large gatherings like the football stadium. We have cameras that we have in our patrol cars, so it's something that officers use as a tool when they come to work. It's just another tool in their toolbox, and this is a great tool that now we can give them where they can use to document their interaction with the public.
So how does that work? Does it just take pictures, or is it just video?
It's video, and it runs when the officer starts the video, and so it'll run until the officer turns the video off. It's great quality. It's made by the same company that makes the tasers that we use and that the city uses and the sheriff's office uses. So the software is fantastic for low light video or for video that's shot during the daytime. And then you can also take still pictures out of the video where you can pull that out. So it will be a wonderful tool that we'll be able to use for Halloween, for football, for concerts, and even on patrol if we see where there will be a need for that.
How many officers will have on Halloween, did you say?
We have 4, so there will be 4 that will be issued out.
Only ECU officers?
Yes, ma'am.
Are y'all kind of going to, I'm just guessing since there's only really 4 of you that have it, keep all those officers kind of spread out in particular areas where there
Yes,
are
ma'am.
issues?
Yes, ma'am. We'll have a couple that will probably be near the Mendenhall bus stop, which will be one of probably the highest trafficked area where we'll have officers working. We'll have one that will be in either the Mendenhall Student Center or the Student Rec Center where there'll be a dance set. And then we'll have one that will be down in our Reed Street parking lots adjacent to downtown where we'll have the highest trafficked areas where we'll use them to document the interactions that the officers have with the public.
What are some of the main kind of issues that we run into on Halloween? I know you kind of mentioned this is kind of the time people are doing a lot of drinking, a lot of possible fighting, things like that. biggest concerns for officers?
Well, we want to make sure that we have a safe environment for the students and visitors that come onto campus, and then some that come into some of our facilities where we have events, and then those that go downtown. And we're kind of a thoroughfare where people travel through to get to and from. So we want to make sure that we maintain a safe environment for people that come onto campus, for our students and for the visitors. And so we'll have officers that will be spread out in strategic locations to be able to maintain safe environments for them. But it is important that when individuals are preparing for downtown and maybe doing some pre-partying or pre-gaming, that they do it responsibly, because we often see on any weekend night where there's a lot of alcohol consumption. But this is a Wednesday night, and I still don't think that Wednesday will have that big of an impact in the amount of people that we see. I still think we'll see a very large crowd coming for the downtown events for Halloween and also the events on campus. But it's important that people drink responsibly and that they don't put themselves in situations where they don't want to be in. If you drink too much, if your consumption of alcohol is too great in short amounts of time, then it impairs your judgment, and it makes it hard for you to be able to remember what happened or where you're at or even where you're trying to get to. So that's something that is important for people to be aware of. And then when they're moving through campus or off campus back to their homes at the end of the night, that they make sure that they travel in groups. It gives them greater protection, safety in numbers. A lot of times as we go through the Halloween night, 4 and 5 in the morning, you see individuals going back home after they've been out all night. So it's important that they maintain as much safety as they can by traveling in groups or calling a designated driver to come and pick them up and take them home, so that they're not out wandering the streets late at night where they may not be safe.
And based on previous Halloweens, I mean, do we have an idea of how many people we expect to be in the downtown area?
We could probably see between campus and the downtown area individuals riding on our transit buses, anywhere from 8 to 12,000 revelers that are out enjoying the Halloween festivities. So it will be a large crowd. We probably won't see as many visitors coming in to the city of Greenville as what we would see on a Friday or Saturday night, but we will see most of the student body from, I would expect, ECU and probably from PCC, and then local people that may not have to go into work at an early time on Thursday. So I still think that we'll have a pretty large crowd for Wednesday night. No rain, cold temperatures, but that won't matter.
How long have we been planning on getting this stuff?
This is something that has been in the works for several years now. I've been to different stadiums or campuses that use camera technology like this, and we had an opportunity to make a move to pick up this technology and to start using it. And we've had it on hand for a couple of weeks and waiting for the right time to be able to use it, and also to get our officers trained up on how to use it and how to best effectively and efficiently use the operations of these tools. So it's kind of been a work in progress for us.